Hey guys, and welcome to a tutorial on the Tinker's construct for parts and tools. Today I'm going to go over some of the things we'll be working on in the Let's Play. So let's get into it. To get started, the first thing you're going to need is materials and you. You will need a book and a single pattern, and then you can get materials and you. And if we open up this materials and you book, and go to the first page, you'll see this menu. The thing we're going to focus on today is tools, the materials, and the modifiers. In the last episode we made a smelter. We're going to be using that to keep this going. So if I click on tools, in this episode we're going to make a simple pickaxe. So if I click on this, you see here the pickaxe is a precise mining tool. It is effective on stones and ores. It breaks blocks. And so here we can see the 3 items we will need to create the pickaxe. So in this chest, it contains everything we'll possibly need. So if I click in here, the first thing you're going to need is quite a few patterns. Patterns are created with sticks and planks in this fashion, and it will give you 1. We will need a lot. Using these patterns, we are going to make a set of 3 different tables. The first thing we're going to need is the Stencil Table. It is created with a plank and a pattern. The next one we will need is the Tool Station. It is created with a crafting table and a blank pattern. And lastly, we will need the Part Builder. And this is created with a oak wood and a blank pattern. To make better tools, there are a secondary list. So if I click on here and I go back in tools, you can only make, I believe, up to the excavator. Everything else you will have to create a better tool forge. So this is the part builder. We have the tool station. The tool forge needs blocks of iron, the tool station, and seared brick, and that will create the tool forge. And that will just make some more advanced tools. Something else you are probably going to want is the patterns chest, and you see there it holds either patterns or casts. I generally have 2 of these, one for the patterns and one for the casts. So we're going to grab both of those. You also should have a part chest. So this you can store extra parts. The nice thing about your tools that are created with the tool forge is the parts are interchangeable. So say you make a pickaxe head and later on you want to change it out for a different material. Using the parts chest, you can store the one that you currently have and you can swap it out with the new one. So we're going to grab one of each of these. We're actually going to skip the tool station and go straight to the tool forge, but I will show you what they each look like so that way you guys have an idea of the difference. So the first thing we need is the stencil. So if I put this down and I click into it, you'll see a whole list of the different parts. So this piece needs a blank pattern. So we're going to grab them all and put them in here. And now you would just click the piece you need. In this case, we know we need at least a pickaxe head, so we'll start with that. And you can see there is a pickaxe head pattern. I clicked it twice, but we get that. The next is the part builder, and we'll put this right next to it. In here, you see you need a pattern, as well as a material. So in this case, we're just going to use wood. And then over here, you see that there is a wooden pickaxe head. So we can pick this up and put it in our inventory. And this is where the patterns chest comes into play. So we can put this down right next to it. And you'll see here, there is now a patterns chest. So if I wanted to, I could just shove these in here. You can only have 1 of each type, but you'll see that I can now pull this out and put it in here. So if you have a bunch of patterns and you need to make new things, you can just do it that way. Okay, now you have a wooden pickaxe head. What do you do with this? this is going to be similar to how we made the ingot cast when we were making the smelter. We'll put the plain wooden one down here. We'll come over here. I already have some gold smelted. And we will click on the faucet. This will fill the whole thing with gold, and it will leave the wooden imprint. It will break, and now we have, if we click on this, a pickaxe head cast. And so we'll put it right back. And this is where things get a little complicated for the parts. So you can use any of these materials to create each piece of the part. So in this case, we have the pickaxe head, and all we have right now is iron to work with. So if I click on iron, we can see here there are multiple pieces. You have the head, you have the handle, and then you have stuff such as the guards. So if I look at the head, because that's what we're making, the pickaxe head, and I hover over this is what we're going to get. Magnetic 2. Hitting things attracts nearby things. And we can see what mining level is. So we can mine diamond with this. We can see the durability, and we see the mining speed and attack. If I come over here and I move the iron now, and now we click again, we're going to fill the pickaxe head with iron. It cools pretty quick, and now we can pick it up. And now if we look at this, we see that we have a pickaxe head with magnetic 2. If we hold shift, we can see the durability, the mining level, and the speed, as well as the attack. And this is where the other chest comes into play. Generally, I keep a patterns chest right next to this, and that is because you can pick these up and you can put them in here. And so this way, if you have a whole bunch of casts, you can keep them in here. Now comes to the tool forge. And this is usually one where I keep the parts chest next to it. And now you have all these options here. If you just had the tool station, you would only have up to the hoe, I believe, and all these extra weapons wouldn't be available. So today we're going to make the pickaxe. So if I click on the pickaxe, we see the 3 tools here, and you can also see the components listed. So if I shift click, the head gets put there, and now it's filled in. So we still need a tool rod and binding. And you can see, even if I left, the tool head is still there. If I go in, it just puts it right back. Now we're going to come back to the stencil table. We know we need a cross guard. And we also know we need a tool handle. If I click the tool rod in here, I get one of these. And if I put this back, and I grab the binding, I get one of these. This process is exactly the same. Put these down, come over here, switch it back to gold, do this, and do this. And then we wait. While we're doing that, we'll switch it back to iron. And we're going to fill these both with iron. So it doesn't need to be all of the same type. So if I pull open this, say I want to use pig iron for the handle, and then I want to use iron for the head and the binding, I could do that. I can mix and match all of these available. And we'll pick these up real quick. And if we go back to the tool forge, click the pickaxe, we can throw both of these in, and now we will see here is a an iron pickaxe, and we can see that it has a durability of 276. It can mine diamond, and it has 3 modifiers. So if we pick this up, so tools work differently than your regular pickaxes you craft. So this cannot be used at an enchantment table. So let's say we grab some lapis. So what you do is we grab your iron pickaxe and we put it in here. We would grab our lapis and we would put it in here. And then you see down here, there is a new stat called the Luck 1 and 60 out of 60. You're going to get all the nice things and lots of them. So now if I click on this, you'll see it now has a blue bottom. And if we look at it, we see that it has luck 1 and magnetic 3. So if I hit shift, we can see nothing changed here, but now we have fortune 1 and 1 less modifier. So we can keep upgrading this until we hit luck 2. But unfortunately, you see here, and now it needs 180, so it goes up each time. But since this is still the same modifier of luck, even if we increase it to 2 or 3, it doesn't change the number of modifiers. And if you want to see what the modifiers were, inside of materials and you, there's a section called modifiers. And here you can see all the different modifiers. There are quite a few. The one we just did was luck. And you can see here you can put lapis on anything, and it adds fortune or looting to weapons. It's also not compatible with silk touch the same way the original pickaxe is. So this is where we'll create most of our tools. We will probably make this weapon right here, the cleaver. Powerful strikes, difficult to wield, high damage. It also has the ability to have beheading, so we'll be able to get heads of enemies pretty easy. We will also make the longbow. So the way it works is you have to make the arrows for it, but the arrows are also like the weapon where they are just rechargeable, so you never run out of arrows as long as you have a sharpening kit, which we'll also make. And that's it, guys. The parts section isn't too hard. Once you get to know what you're doing, it's pretty easy to do. If you already have the smelter built, then all you have to do is make these 4 items right here, and then you're pretty much done. You just put things together. The hardest part is obviously getting the different materials you want. The materials we'll probably end up going for are stuff like cobalt, ardite, and manilium. Not sure how to say that one. But if we click into this, you'll see this one has lightweight, increases the speed of tool when mining. If we go to the next one, we have stonebound. Tool mines faster as it wears out, but does less damage. Your tool loves stone. It literally wants to absorb it for durability. And then the purple one gives you cold-blooded. Deal increased damage to targets at full health. But the big thing is you can see the durability. So the iron was giving us 220. By using ardite or cobalt, we are getting 780 to 990. So we're getting a lot more durability. Well, that's it for now, guys. Hope you liked this quick tutorial. Watch the Let's Play and you'll see this in action. We will be using this quite a bit. We'll make all of our tools and all of our weapons using this. So watch out for it in the future. Have a great day.